The cream of life, Valerie.
Cherries, lemons, ice cream cones. Pick one that you feel best defines life. If you like cherries, you might suggest that a bowl of dark sweet cherries defines the good life, with the bad parts being the pits. That's with one to not two, for those of you who don't know. But for those of you who don't like cherries, you might suggest that lemonade defines the good life, and sour lemons, the doldrums. But if you lived in Texas, and most of you do live in Texas, then you must know that everything about life is defined by the likes of a Bluebell ice cream cone. Everything. It's all about the cone, the crunch, and the cream. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, before you convince yourselves that I am here suffering from some degree of brain freeze that comes only from eating an ice cream cone much too quickly, allow me to prove myself. And I will prove to you today that an ice cream cone best characterizes life. And I will do it in 3 scenes from an ordinary day in the life of an ordinary family. My family. Scene 1, the cone. I was in my kitchen preparing yet another of my unique and savory meals for my family. The juices from the frozen TV dinners had just begun to bubble when I heard distressing screams from the next room. My 2 daughters, Miriam and Valerie, ages 4 and 3, came running from that room into the safety of my arms. They were both visibly upset, tears streaming down their faces. Miriam spoke. Damani pulled us both off of the couch by our feet and made us bang the backs of our heads on the floor. Damani, my 6-year-old son, was summoned for questioning on this foot-pulling incident. That's the end of scene 1, the cone. But now for proof in the cone. The cone is the hardest part of the ice cream cone that essentially boxes in and confines the ice cream. Yes? Yes. Then it also best represents those matters in life that disappoint us by placing stressful limits on what we want to have or do. Well, I ask you, what unpleasant foot-pulling, head-smacking experiences have left you feeling boxed in like a cone? Could it have been the loss of a job, debilitating illness, or severed relationship? What action did you take? Did you allow your cone of circumstances to press in so as to immobilize and overwhelm you? Or did you fight back and run to a place of physical or emotional safety, which is the wisest thing to do? Scene 2, the crunch. Damani now stood before me, his whimpering sisters in the background. I inquired, Damani, did you pull both of your sisters off of the couch by their feet and make them bang the backs of their heads on the floor? No, ma'am. I didn't believe him. But when I asked again, I got the same response. I knew that I needed to somehow smoke the truth out of this child. How to motivate him to tell the truth. Wait a minute, motivate? I knew what motivated Damani. It was food. I got an idea. Damani, if you tell me the truth about what happened, I will get you an ice cream cone. Damani stood tall and raised his arm in a hyper-speed confession. Yes, ma'am. I pulled both of my sisters off of the couch by their feet and made them bang the backs of their heads on the floor. Damani! You knew better. You shouldn't have done that. Well, at least I had gotten the truth. Now for his reward. That's the end of scene 2, the crunch. Now for proof in the crunch. In order to appreciate the crunch of an ice cream cone, one must bite into the cone. In order to appreciate the crux of a problem, one must bite into a problem. And for problems of an extenuating nature, greater ingenuity is required. Oh, I love the way John Maxwell puts it in his book, Leadership 101, when he states, "He who never walks except where he sees other men's tracks will make no new discoveries." End of quote. Well, I have a new discovery for you. If your problem pertains to people, find what motivates them and act. Scene 3, the cream. We climbed into our car for the 2-minute drive to get the ice cream cone. Once there, I gave the cone to Damani and reminded him not to do anything with it until we got home. I drove us home into the driveway, stopped the car, turned to Damani, and told him to stick his arm out of the window. Damani, sitting in the seat behind me and to the far right, holding the cone in his right arm, stuck his left arm out of the window. "No, Damani," I corrected. "Stick your right arm out of the window with the ice cream cone." Damani obeyed, and then I ordered him to let it go. Damani let go of the ice cream cone. You do see how Damani had to learn how to let go of things, doing negative things to his sisters. Wait, disclaimer time. For those of you who are now questioning the creative excellence of my parenting, I only told him that he was going to get a cone. I never said that he would eat it. That's the end of scene 3. Now for poop and the cream. The cream can be described as being the essence of the cone. But on the negative, it can also be described as being cold and sticky. And if we don't learn to let go of the cold and sticky issues of life, like past hurts, failures, and frustrations, then we can never truly move forward in life. We too must learn to let go of things negative. Now from that proof and the others, can't you now see how only an ice cream cone can be used to define life, and how you can never again use a bowl of cherries or bumpy lemons? And can you understand how an ice cream cone can help you to deal with problems that press in on your lives, teaches you how to bite into a problem and how to let things go? Oh, life, it's all about that ice cream cone. It's about the cone, the crunch, and the cream of life. Toastmasters. Wow.